Yo, what is the deal, everybody? What is the deal, everybody? Welcome to another Racing Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody out there on Twitter and on YouTube. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, it's the pregame show. We are playing the Dallas Cowboys. Now, look, for whatever reason, and I do not know why, but besides the Chiefs and the Denver Broncos, the Cowboys are my most hated team. I hate the Dallas Cowboys, right? And I know this is a weird season, right? We're in a situation where, you know, the Raiders would have to pretty much run the table just to possibly get a wild card, right? The Raiders are in kind of mediocrity hell. We're in mediocrity hell right now, you know? And that's never a good place to be. It's never a good place to be. And I'm going to be real with you. A lot of us didn't see this season throwing down this way. A lot of us didn't feel like this season was going to be a situation where, you know, the Raiders didn't have any hope at the halfway point of the season. Now we're beyond the halfway point of the season, right? And we just are, we're just kind of trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out how we feel as a nation. But I'm going to tell you one thing, man. Beyond this, right? I just want the Raiders to win. I really don't give a damn about draft position and all of this stuff. You know, you got a bunch of teams that are all in the market for a quarterback, right? That got a ton of draft capital. So no matter where they are, they can move up, they can do whatever, right? And the Raiders got to draft well no matter what. We don't know who's going to be here. We don't know if the coach is going to be here after the season. You know, chances are he might be. He might not, right? But what I do know is that I'm rooting for my team tonight. I'm going to be watching every snap. I'm going to rep and wear my gear with pride, like my man, Coach Adrian said. And that's just what it's going to be. I'm not going to overcomplicate shit. I'm not overcomplicating it, man. I want to win in the worst way, and I don't give a damn who hears it. I don't care. I don't care. I want to win in the worst way. Shout out to my guy Loon Tez Pale Moon, a Dallas Cowboy fan. Salute. And yo, look, man, it's funny, right? You know, the show just started, and I'm not going to allow any nonsense, man. We are not allowing any nonsense, man. Let's get Bodega the F up out of here. Him and his comments. Let's start him off with a nice little stretch in the gulags. It's enough of this crap, man. It's enough. Get him the F up out of here. Bounce him up out of here. But what we're going to do is this. We're going to break this game down. F the Cowboys. You know, there are a lot of us who are sitting here and we're thinking that, you know, we're sitting up here. We're really thinking that, you know, the Dallas Cowboys are a bad team and they got a bad defense. And I'm here to tell you guys something. Yo, do not fall victim to that nonsense and do not fall victim to that filth. Because what I'm here to tell you is this. They went out there and they made some moves here. They made some moves. They went in and brought Quinnen Williams in. Now, Quinnen Williams is a guy who has not had a sack all season, right? But Quinnen Williams is a tremendous run stopper. Tremendous run stopper. The Raiders also went out and got Logan Wilson. Now, this is a move that sounds a little bit better on paper than it actually is, right? Logan Wilson has been on one of the teams who has a defense just as bad as ours and was benched, right? So I really don't make that much of the Logan Wilson deal. But the problem the Raiders are going to come into is the fact that the Dallas Cowboys offense has been phenomenal. They're a team that puts up a lot of points. We are a team that struggles to score 10. We are a team that struggles to score 10, right? Now, we're on a 3-game losing streak, right? Our offense is struggling to score. We've scored under 21 points in 4 of our last 5 games. We have a 0 and a 6-point game within that, right? The red zone trips and third down conversions have been poor as well, right? And this offense averages 15 points a game. The Cowboys defense is giving up 30 points per game. But, they went out there, like I said, and went and got Quentin Williams. They got Logan Wilson. Their defense is going to improve. DeMarvin Overshown's back. Siobhan Rebel is back. They got some players back. They got some players back. DeMarvin Overshown's a guy that I was very, very high on coming out of college. He's back. He is back in the place to be. Now, Geno Smith has the second most interceptions in the National Football League, throwing 12 against Denver. We struggled against the Denver pass rush. I don't see that changing with the Dallas Cowboys, even though their pass rush is not great. There's going to be some pressure up the middle with Quentin Williams and all of, the emotions running high with the death of their teammate, Marshawn Nealon. So this is going to be different, man. Right now, DJ Glaze has allowed 6.5 sacks this year, right? So we got to be on the lookout for that on that end. Salute to DJ Glaze. He's a friend of the show, but we got to be on the lookout to that. DJ Glaze has kind of struggled a little bit with some speed on the edge, right? Love DJ Glaze, great guy. You know what I mean? He's doing the best he can, but this is a very, very, very it's a rough situation for the Raiders, man. Now, our running game is under 4 yards per carry in 9 games, right? And the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to look to probably stop the run. The Cowboys offensive strength is crazy, man. They've stood tall, man. They're averaging 29 points a game, man. Dak Prescott has 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 260 yards a game, a rating near 100. He's considered a top 10 quarterback this year and every year. Then we have a situation where the Dallas Cowboys and their fan base have effectively taken over Las Vegas. Salute to UA Mel. Salute to UA Mel. And I can ask LV Maximus. LV Maximus, there's a bunch of guys that are here, man. But man, this is a fan base when you start talking about, the Raiders and why the Raiders got to win. This is a fan base that goes everywhere and takes over. This is America's team, right? So it's going to be some rough sledding, man. Now, the historical matchup, the Raiders lead the all-time series 7-6 against the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboy rushing game is cooking with Javonte Williams. He's having a strong year. He's averaging 5.2 yards a carry, almost 80 yards a contest, and 8 touchdowns. So the Raiders have a tall task ahead of them, man. They have a tall task ahead of them, man. Telling you right now. And this is the thing, right? We talk about how this is going to be an 80-20 Cowboy crowd. This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't win. This is what happens when you don't win, man. This is what happens when you don't effing win. And the Raiders are going to have to start doing this. It's a transient town, right? You have to galvanize the city with wins. But look, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Look, I normally come on here and I tell you guys all the different ways that we can win and this and this and this and that. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. It's going to be tough sledding. This is going to be tough sledding, man. The Cowboys offensive line, like my man UA Mel said, is stout. The offensive line is stout, and Dak Prescott is a pro quarterback, man. Dak Prescott gets it done. A lot of people don't like Dak. You can call him overpaid. You can say what you want, but Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback, and he gets it done. And when you start talking about this Dallas Cowboy offense, you were talking about Pickett and you would talk about CD Lamb, and that is going to be a hard lesson for these young corners that we got out there. Hard lesson, man. I'm gonna be real with you, man. This game could get ugly for the Raiders. This game could get ugly. Now, how do the Raiders win? Tempo. Not abandoning the run too early. Getting out there and having a lineman come in. Now, Mafe was upgraded today. He was taken off the practice squad. He will be on the active roster. We're going to get into the injury report. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Raiders need to come out and really establish the run in a way where, listen, the Dallas Cowboys can know that we're going to run. They can know we're trying to run the football, and the Raiders just can't care. They have to stay committed to the run. Now, there are a lot of people that will say, hey, Wasted, man, what do you mean stay committed to the run? What happens if he's not getting the yards? Who gives a shit? Keep feeding him the ball, because let me tell you something. He is a pitch count runner. Ashton Jeanty is a running back that needs carries. He needs carries. You give him the ball even when it doesn't work. Give it to him, and eventually he breaks one. Eventually he breaks one. And this is the thing. You have to have a situation early in the game where you're running the ball, you're going out there jumbo, you're bringing an extra lineman in and having them declare as a tight end, and you impose your will on this defense physically. Then you start setting up the play action pass, and that's when things start to roll. That's when things start to roll. This is a Dante Thornton special. It's a Dante Thornton special. This is also a Brock Bowers special. If there is one weakness on this Dallas Cowboy defense, it's in that linebacking core. You got to attack the middle of the field. Quick throws, keep them off balance, couple screen passes. I mean, this is what we're going to be looking for, man. This is what we need to be looking for. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend, man. We got almost 300 in the room. Salute to my guy, Rudy the Vet Russo. It's sad, Wasted, that our offense will have to go silent count at home. Yeah, man. I mean, but, bro, this is what happens, man. When you move to a new city, bro, and you bring a fan base from two other cities, you have to be prepared to come here and win. And when you don't, in a town where there's so many other things to do, this is the kind of shit that happens. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't. I feel bad for the fact that we have to watch, this perpetually. Not having a chance late into the season perpetually. That I feel bad for our fan base and some of the players who are putting the pain in. That's what I feel bad for. I don't feel bad for the Raiders and the Raiders brass. This is what happens when you try to skip steps. This is what happens when you give a coach final cut. Now 3 fucking times. This is what happens. This is what happens. I don't want to go off into all of this. I don't want to go off into talk about what the Raiders problem is and all this and that. We know what the problem is, man. We know what the problem is. We get it, man. We get it. Now, the Raiders brought up Antonio Mafe, man. He was a UCLA guy. He was recruited to play on the defensive line. He wound up becoming a guard. He was at UCLA when Chip Kelly was there. Brought the big fella in. He was signed to the Colts practice squad in 2024. He was on the active roster, really never had a bunch of significant playing time. He was drafted by the New England Patriots and brought into the Raiders. He is, strictly a depth piece, right? And the Raiders are lacking depth on the offensive line. Hopefully Mafe might be a guy they might consider bringing in as a tight end and using him as an extra down blocker, man. But at the end of the day, man, the only way that this defense doesn't get torched is if the offense can keep this damn Cowboy offense keep the Cowboy defense on the field. 3 and out is not where the Raiders can live to have a chance at winning this game. I don't think that the Raiders are equipped to get in a shootout with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Raiders had a great defensive effort against Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, right? But this is a different kind of a situation here, right? You have two guys who are 1A and 1B at wide receiver, and we have a situation where there's a deficiency at the corner room, right? This is going to be a team with an offensive line that has a decent running back. They're going to be eating the Raiders up all day with that play action pass, man. And the only way the Raiders win this game is if you get a heavy Ashton Jeanty game. A heavy Ashton Jeanty game. It's the only way you win. You have to play ball control. You got to channel your inner Bill Parcells and hold the football for 10 minutes at a time. 11, 12-minute drives. You know, and look, people, shout out to my brother Graf, man. So this defense is about to get torched tonight. Look, guys, we are definitely glass half full Raider fans. We always want to come on here and highlight how the Raiders can play well and what they can do. But I'm just going to be real with you, man. I'm not losing credibility coming on here and telling you guys that, you know, the Raiders got a huge chance in a situation where emotions are running high. You know, they lost a teammate in a situation where they got some free agents and brought these guys in, and they had like a mini bye week to get prepared for the Raiders, and they get as healthy as they can possibly get in the middle of the team. Now, listen, you Wu-Tang Clan 805 says, any given Sunday, my boy. Listen, do we have a chance to win? You damn right. It ain't like the Cowboys are any world beaters. They ain't no Super Bowl team. But what I'm telling you is that styles make fights. And the Dallas Cowboys are a high-powered, high-octane offense. And the Raiders are a bend-don't-break defense that's more break than bend at this point. You know, there are a lot of guys that are hurt. There's a lot going on with the Raiders, man. And the problem is that once we get the football back, our offense always puts this team in bad down and distances. Our offense has had a propensity to give the other team the football. And when you give the Dallas Cowboys the football close to the end zone, they score. Now, this is a clash between a 2-7 and we have a 3-5 team, 3-5-1. The Dallas Cowboys, by no means are world beaters. They can be beaten. But the way you beat them is through physical play. Physical play. Listen, I just told you about Antonio Maffi. The F up out of here with your crap, real Betsy. I'm up here trying to give you information, not affirmation. Now, I don't have any time for your effing games today. This is game day, goddammit. We got almost 400 people in the room, and you're up here with your crap. The F up out of here. Just nonsense. Get blocked. Wait, I looked at our schedule. Do you see another win? It's going to be hard. Oh, whoa. You got to chill, bro. You have got to chill, man. You've got to chill, man. I mean, what the F is wrong with you? It's your filth. Look, the Raiders are bad enough to where I wouldn't be surprised if they lost every other game for the rest of the season. And that's just being 100% transparent with you. Do I see the Raiders winning another game? Division games are always tricky. Division games are tricky. But no, there's no game that I look at and I circle and say, hey, the Raiders are definitely going to win. No way. You know, you say the Raiders versus Shedeur Sanders next week. The question is that what are the Raiders going to do when Myles Garrett comes to town? Myles Garrett is listen, I love Max Crosby. I do. I think Max Crosby is a beast. But Myles Garrett is the best defensive end in football. He is looking like a Hall of Famer, bro. The dude is phenomenal. It is going to be tough next week. You know, but guys, look, we got to get to the injury report. Let's get to the injury report, guys. You know what I mean? Let's get the information out the way, and then listen. If we want to have some fun, We'll have a little fun, right? But you guys got to understand something. This game is going to be a tough one for the Raiders, man. I mean, Eric Stokes, it's going to have to be a big Eric Stokes game, man. A big Eric Stokes game. But, you know, Tyler Lockett is playing. Aiden O'Connell is out. Dylan Parham is a full participant. He will be playing. Cody Lindenberg will be playing. Tyler Lockett will be playing. Isaiah Palmau, full participant with his hip, will be playing. Dylan Laube will be playing. No Colton Miller as of yet. I think Colton Miller will come back soon. As far as the Dallas Cowboys, Solomon the GOAT Thomas will be out. Solomon the GOAT Thomas will be out, man. Yo, my dog Hug D's wasted. Please give all the smoke to the chat, especially Graphic, out here fronting in it. Any given Sunday, you sons of bitches. Yeah. Hold on. UA Mel. I guess we'll figure out who's playing right guard. It's a game time decision with the rest of the nation. Yeah, the Raiders have not said whether it is going to be Caleb Rogers or whether it's going to be Alex Kappa. But what I will tell you something, I will tell you that if they don't play Caleb Rogers, bro, somehow, some way, I'm going to have a problem with it. Like, I've seen all I need to see from Alex Kappa. Him being a veteran is the only thing. I don't know what it means to be a vet when you're a bad vet. When you're a bad vet who has not played well, what point is it to play the guy because he's a vet? The F does it matter? Means nothing. It means nothing. Now, look, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be up in here glazing lamb and pickings. Sounds like a goddamn Thanksgiving meal. Lamb and pickings. What the F is going on with you guys? Listen, I don't listen. Do I see the Raiders coming out here? I'm not going to sit up here and give you guys a bunch of bull crap and say that the Raiders are going to win. And, yo, do they have a chance? Yeah, they do. This is not a total wash. But, yo, the Dallas Cowboys being 3-5-1, their record does not show how explosive they can be on offense. This is an explosive offense, and this is a bad matchup for the Raiders. It's a bad matchup. No fun today. Wasted all business. The F up out of here with the fun shit. That's right. You talking about sipping? I ain't sipping no goddamn Jamba Juice. I am sipping my coffee out of my Yeti to keep my coffee hot. And also, I don't want to stain my teeth. You happy, you bunch of effing bums? The F up out of here. We talking football right now. Yeah, and UA Mel, I'm going to be honest with you. Their defensive front versus our guards is a terrible matchup, bro. And that's one of the reasons, like, styles make fights. The explosiveness of this offense and our offensive line versus this defensive front spells trouble up the middle. And that's the reason why the Raiders are going to have to get some misdirection plays, some counters, some stuff going towards the outside to get Ashton Jeanty in space. They're going to have to do some screen plays to keep that defensive line so they can't pin their heels back. Like, it is going to have to be a complete game for Chip Kelly, because I'm going to be real with you. If the Raiders go out there and lay another egg on offense, Graf said this, and I totally agree. This can be Chip Kelly's last stand. This could be Chip Kelly's last stand. Listen, I hear the train coming. I hear the train coming. And I'm telling you now, Chip Kelly, if the Raiders go out there and lay an egg, do not be surprised if you see Chip Kelly get ran over by the train, and there's just an explosion. And he is unceremoniously blocked up out of Las Vegas. It has to be a Chip Kelly special, UA Mel. It has to be. He has to go back into whatever bag of tricks that his funny face has, and he better do whatever he has to do to scheme up some misdirection, scheme up some running plays, scheme up ways to get Ashton Jeanty out into space. It's time, bro. Got my fit for the Pitbull concert this weekend. It'll be in Vegas for the Browns in attendance. Bringing the swag. Hug, you ain't never had no swag in your effing life. Like, you know, and I'm mad that you going to an effing Pitbull concert, bro. I mean, that's what I'm mad about, yo. Like, bro, I like, dog, what's going on here, man? You go to an effing Pitbull concert, bro? What are you like, a fucking rager or something like that? You're a raver? What the F's going on here? You like Pitbull? I mean, Pitbull kind of sucks, man. Mr. 305. Dude, his ass, bro. Fucking Pitbull, bro. Dog, that's like saying you going to a fucking Fresh Prince concert, man. The hell is going on here, Hug these? What's wrong with you? Pitbull, bro? Fucking Pitbull is ass, bro. Let me read some Pitbull lyrics. Let me. Yo, look. Some Pitbull lyrics, yo. We're gonna go on genius.com. I need to find some Pitbull lyrics, man. This is crazy here, man. Like, I don't even know if I could even find any bars from Pitbull that I need some Pitbull lyrics, man. I need it. I think it's kind of wait, Kulo, she's freaky, shake it up. Tomo, I wonder, get on the floor. Dirty, damn it, man. We don't care about y'all. That's nasty. Back it up, melting pot. Hustlers withdraw. What the F is going on, man? I think that's just the names of his songs. Yo, hold on. Vamos, Vela said this. What the F? I don't even know what the F this is, man. Pitbull sucks. Sucks. Super sucks. I'm sorry. Listen, Todd, not only have we got ears all over the place, bro. There's some things going on with the Raiders. But what I will tell you is that you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He can run. Listen, bro. I think that Chip Kelly is not long for the Raiders. And if I'm being honest, I don't necessarily know that Pete is either. For real. Because this is something that should never be going on with all of this experience in the effing building. Mitch, man, I think Carroll hire was bad. Bang. Yo, dog, look, I shouldn't even fucking read that. But, dog, don't come over here with that shit. The F up out of here with this crap, man. We got a show to run here, man. That's right. Pitbull says break it down and never breaks it down. Yo, Luna's Pale Moon. I don't like Pitbull either, but I respect him for actually doing a concert in Alaska. See, man, you see, Loon, you're getting very, very, like, pragmatic. Listen, he could do a fucking concert on the moon. Pitbull sucks. Sorry. Sucks. T-Dibble says, Pitbull's head so shiny. It actually scares me. He says, hold up, don't hate on Pitbull. Man, shut up, Cisneros. Be up here. Get your fist bumping ass up out of here with your crap. Play some real effing music, man. The F is going on here, man. But salute to my brother. My brother, man. Hug these, man. Uno, dos, tres, Mr. 305. The F up out of here with that crap. Robert Cisneros, you know what sucks? Your music opinion. The F up out of here, man. Listen, man, go get some D-ball or whatever the F you take. The F up out of here. You meathead bastard. Mr. Worldwide, man. He effing sucks. What are you, a Miami Dolphin fan? Hug these. See, but this is the thing. There's going to be a lot of ass shaking, and you're going to be there with your wife. You ain't going to get a chance to partake in none of it, bro. You're not going to get a chance to, does it even matter, bro? Raider OG, he goes, Pitbull and Wu-Tang suck. Now, look, you're getting blocked just for saying the Wu-Tang Clan sucks. You get the F up out of here. You don't ever disrespect the Wu. The F is wrong with you, OG. Kind of OG are you talk about the Wu-Tang sucks? Get the F up out of here, man. You don't ever disrespect the Raiders. You don't ever disrespect the Wu-Tang. Shame on you. Look, Hug. That's what I'm saying. Don't be talking about asses will be shaking and like you gonna be able to partake. You know, you are knee deep in marriage and fatherhood, just like me. Yeah, that's right. Wu-Tang is for the children. Wu-Tang. Yeah, gulags for the Wu-Tang hate, bro. But look, guys, look. Let's get back to the effing show. Get back to the effing show. You guys are talking about music again. We're not doing this crap. We got a game, man. Now, look, this is the funny thing, man. I don't know if some of you guys saw, some of what was going on this weekend in college football, and we'll get into that, right? Tom Brady dumped a lot of praise on CJ Carr, right? A lot of people are saying that the Raiders, need to draft a quarterback, right? And we really don't know whether they will if Pete's still here, right? I don't know, man. I mean, a lot of people are thinking the Raiders are 2-7. What's Pete Carroll's job security situation, right? And people asked him about it, right? People asked Pete about it. He goes, no, I don't really think about that. I can't go there. It's been 20-something years. And these last 2 opportunities coaching, it hasn't been in my mind at all. So I'm not going to start now thinking about, getting fired. But, it's a real situation here, right? Now, I don't necessarily know whether or not the Raiders are even going to broach firing Pete Carroll, right? Now, will they go and make him go take a seat somewhere where he go into that dark good night? I don't know. I don't know. But what I'll tell you is that if the Raiders finish worse than they did last year with a supposed established quarterback and established, coach in the building, something has to change. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. If the Raiders don't at least put up 24 points, if the Raiders put up another nothing burger, score 10 points, 6 points, 0 points, any of that kind of shit tonight versus the Dallas Cowboys, who, yes, they've gotten some improvements on that defense, but look, when you start talking about, when you start talking about a defense, this is not a defense that anybody should effing fear, man. This is not a defense that anybody should fear, man. So, look, man, let me tell you something, man. The Raiders better come out there and they better start scoring. They better start scoring, man. The guys are rolling up to the stadium. Tom Brady has got the black Raider jacket on. Tom Brady's up in the place to be. He's up in the place to be. We're going to get you some of the inactives and the actives and inactives for the night, guys. Pete Carroll had a lot to say this week. But, yeah, we're going to get you the actives and inactives in a sec for Monday Night Football, guys. Just bear with your brother Wasted. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to see, man. We're going to see. We're going to see if Caleb Rogers is going to play. We're going to see. All right. So, Solomon Thomas inactive. Aiden O'Connell inactive. The starters for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Hunter Luepke, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, which is a guy we definitely wanted, Tyler Booker, Terrence Steele, Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, Jadeveon Clowney, Donovan Esgara, DeMarvin Overshown, Damone Clark, Kenneth Murray Jr., Siobhan Revel, Claire Elam, Donovan Wilson, and Marquise Bell. Familiar name, Trent Sieg, Brian Anger, Brandon Aubrey, Kayvon Turpin, Brian Angen, and Kayvon Turpin. Solomon Thomas is out, and Trayvon Diggs is currently on injured reserve. Now for the Raiders, our offense will be Geno Smith, Ashton, Jeanty, Dante Thornton Jr., Trey Tucker, Tyler Lockett, Brock Bowers, Stone Forsythe, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith, Alice Kappa, and DJ Glaze. So it's not looking like they're going to be starting the young rook. Adam Butler, Jonah Lalu, Max Crosby, Charles Snowden is starting at right defensive end. I guess, the whole Malcolm Kuntz experiment has come to an end. Landon Roberts, Tommy Eichenberg, Devin White, Eric Stokes, Caillou Blue Kelly is starting. Which is, hey, man, Darian Porter is going to be on the field. You definitely got different sets where you got three corners. So, Darian Porter will be getting out there. Isaiah Palmile starting at free safety. Jeremy Chin is starting at strong safety. Jacob Obama, AJ Cole, and Daniel Carlson. Raheem Mostert is at kick return, and Alec Bachman. So that is where we are, everybody. That is where we are. That is where we are, y'all. Outlaw, my dog. He wasted. What's up? This is a hard win for the silver and black, man. Bro, they're running Alice Kappa. Alice Kappa will be starting. Now, this is the thing. Do I agree with it? I don't know. Because do I necessarily want a rookie having his first game be a baptism by fire with Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark? Or do you bring him in? Do you let Kappa go out there, and if Kappa's starting to get eaten alive, you bring the young fella in there? But Alice Kappa's going to be starting tonight. Darth Raider paying his monthly tithe to the Church of Wasted. Man, I appreciate it, my brother. It is much, much appreciated. We cooked if Kappa started. I mean, bro, that's how it's been. And see, this is the thing, man. Yeah, Kuntz got $11 million, right? And look, for me, a salute to my guy, Season Never Stops. To me, right, I personally wanted for the Raiders to keep Kalavion Chasen, but Kalavion Chasen needed to want to be kept too. I don't think that Kalavion Chasen wanted to stay here. So that's a piece of it too. That's a piece of it too. But Alice Kappa, look, man, it is what it is. They've been rolling him out there all season. This is one of their guys. This is something that I have not agreed with. This is something that a lot of Raider Nation hasn't agreed with. But at the end of the day, bro, they're the ones who got to deal with that. But then conversely, do you want to put your rookie out there and get served up to the Lions like that? I mean, the problem is, and UA Mel said it best, when you have an Alex Kappa out there, that means effectively your run game up the middle is compromised. Now, can you have a situation where you bring in an extra lineman as a down lineman, as a blocker? Bring in an extra lineman as a tight end to try to get some of these runs going to the outside. And JPJ is going to be out for a long time, Todd. It's not even about surgery. He's going to be out for a long time. And salute to my brother Ira Jackson with the $10, the 10 gifted Raider Nation Unlimited memberships to the masses. Salute Ira Jackson, bro, for supporting the channel, bro, and keeping the lights on here at Raider Nation Unlimited, man. And if you guys got a freaking, a gifted membership from my guy Ira Jackson, do me a favor, put a black flag in the chat and thank him, bro. And listen, I'm gonna be real. If this is a blowout, something's got to change. They can't just allow, the Raiders to have another bad showing like this. If this is a game that is not competitive, somebody's gonna have to get fired. Especially if the Raiders are not moving the football. You're paying Chip Kelly $6 million. $6 million. That man is making more than a lot of other coaches. Yo, look, and this is just my personal opinion. Something has to change. It can't just be the special teams guy. The special teams guy got moved along because, this team has been terrible and we've lost 3 games because of special teams. And now we're going to be moving on. And we don't win this game. This will be a game, if the Raiders don't score enough points, where, from offensive play calling and a coaching perspective, this is the problem. Now, do the Raiders have everything they need up front? No. But it's not like the Raiders are devoid of weapons. The Raiders have weapons. They have some talent on his offense. I don't want to hear it. They have some talent. It's not like they're totally devoid of talent on the offensive side of the football. Salute to my brother Ira Jackson. Again, blessing the masses with 10 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships. Oh, my God. You pay your bar tabs, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. You guys are getting blessed. Salute to my brother Big Mike Raider in the place to be. Hot take, Pat Graham goes before Chip. T-Nipple, look, I can see that. You know, I think the Raiders wanted some continuity with Max and the boys. They wanted Pat Graham. But Pat really largely hasn't been the problem here, man. Like, this defense has this is not a bend don't break defense. This is a bend don't break defense that's more break. They have been put in some horrible situations this year. You know, from Geno turning the ball over in the wrong places to this offense not being able to get anything going just from a play calling perspective. But I think that the Raiders have done a poor job of helping Stone Forsythe out. They've done a poor job of helping out DJ Glaze. They've done a poor job. Like that's clear. They've done a poor job. Salute to my brother Hammer in the place, man. Holy moly, donut. Hammer's house is back. Appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, man. We need Big Mike on the O-line tonight, man. Large Michael Pirate on the line, man. You said the defensive scheme. So this is the thing. I that's the reason why I don't think Pat Graham will be fired, because I think Pete is complicit in his defensive scheme just as much as Pat is. And that really hasn't been the problem. The problem is because this defense has had some great efforts where they've given this team a chance to win, especially in Denver. They've had some really good efforts this year. I can't say the same for the offense. I can't say the same for the offense. You people, Raider Nation, my guy says we need to start fast and don't take our foot off the gas. Please run the ball. What does starting fast mean, though, right? Starting fast to me is controlling the tempo of the game. It's controlling the tempo of the game. If you control the tempo of the game, you do your defense such a service by doing that. And the reason why we haven't thrown deep since the Patriots game is because we really haven't been able to. This offensive line doesn't have the time. And I think that the Raiders need to scheme a way to protect their quarterback and their damn running back. Now, there are a lot of people who feel like, yo, Chip Kelly is on a hot seat. But I'm going to be real with you. This is the NFL, man. Everybody's on a hot seat. Patrick Graham's on a hot seat. Chip Kelly's on a hot seat. And Pete Carroll should be on a hot. Everybody's in a hot seat. You can't go out there every week and lose like that. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm sorry. Everybody's on the effing hot seat as far as I'm concerned. Wow, real Betsy, you gotta chill, bro. You've come in here with your filth all the damn time. You're about to be unceremoniously a waste of time. Betsy, let me tell you something, man. You just called me Wesley Pipes because I'm always going balls deep. I'm telling you right now. Don't cheat me now. Don't you effing cheat me. It's about going balls deep. The F is wrong with you. Wasted, the only one I would keep is Spy Tech. Everyone else can go. And bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I am never the guy that comes up here and calls for people's jobs, right? Because I understand they're real people. People's lives get altered by the things we say on these platforms, right? But what I will say is that I don't necessarily know whether the Raiders can run this situation back. I don't know if you can run a situation like this back and have the fan base go through this again. I know it's only year one, right? But the problem is you have to take into consideration. And guys, Caleb Rogers is inactive, which is a terrible, terrible decision, bro. Caleb Rogers will be inactive, you guys. That's a terrible, terrible decision. That's a horrendous decision, bro. So our inactives for today is Chris Smith, Caleb Rogers, Alec Bachman, JJ Pegues, Leaky Fotu, and Zamir White. So they got Mafe up and they don't have Caleb Rogers up. That is a problem for me. That's a problem for me, guys. Caleb Rogers is inactive. Unbelievable. And then tonight, you are going to have on the Madden cast, you're going to have Derek Carr on the Madden cast. So y'all tune in for that. So Mafe's backing up. So you got a guy that was on a practice squad, not taking any snaps and stuff like that. Like, look, man, I'm just telling you right now, you know, there's a lot of people that say we need to be patient. And I'm one of those guys, right? But the thing that I can't be patient with is just not reading the room and seeing where you are. This is a season where you need to see exactly what you have going into next year if you plan on being here next year. There's in no world do I see a situation where the Raiders can turn this around in a real way. You got to see who and what you have. You got to see who's who and what's what. And I don't think that they've done that. So I guess Tonka Hemingway is going to play today. But yo, I've had my doubts throughout the season. And I say, look, I'm going to let it play out. It's early in the season. Let it play out. Now we getting into the stretch run of the season, and it's playing out in a really shitty way. And guess what? I wouldn't expect a 74-year-old coach to be on board for development of players. But see, the problem is this is what happens when you have a head coach that has a seat at the table for personnel decisions. This is what I've been saying all offseason. I've seen a lot of other content creators parrot my sentiments. Go and make shorts that say the same shit that I say all the time. And look, we cover the same team, so it happens. But what I'll tell you is I've been saying this shit for years. You need to follow protocol. You need to have an owner that owns, a GM that GMs, and a coach that coaches, a team president that goes out there and brings money into the team on the business side. I'm feeling good like Willie Dynamite coming out of court. Appreciate you, Ira Jackson. I'm feeling good too, my brother. Appreciate you for keeping everything rolling over here. My dog Ira Jackson is in the effing place, man. Just blessing the effing channel, man. Everybody, if you guys have gotten a blessing from Ira Jackson the way that I have, make sure y'all put them black flags up in the chat, man. We almost an hour in this thing, man. Raider Bubba. Wasted just got mad about Rock. Yeah, listen, bro. I'm pissed. I don't understand. All of these kids should be playing, bro. I don't give a shit what nobody says. All of these kids should be playing. Pegues, Hemingway, Rogers, all of them should be fucking playing. Salute to my brother Ira Jackson, the 5 Raider Nation Unlimited slappies, man. It's time, bro. It's time. The fact that I need to see what we got. We need to see what this draft class looks like on some freaking level. Let Pete cook. Gruden didn't start off on the right foot. We gave him time before we started seeing development. Let's relax, bro. I had no expectations because this is a brand new system. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see it the same way, right? 2 things. Two things. Pete went out and got his quarterback. Pete had a whole offseason. Pete has some young talent on his roster. Pete had a high draft pick that he brought in. We should be hitting the ground running. And we had a line that wasn't bad. The problem with Pete is Pete came in here and he took a team that was bad last year, terrible, and made it worse. And that there's no two ways about that. It's some of the decisions are the reason why this team is bad. If you look at this offensive line is bad, part and parcel behind some of the decisions that he's made. Salute to my guy, Raider Ray, becoming a member of the Wasted Talent Army. And salute to Ira Jackson, gifting 5 more Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships, man. I appreciate you, bro. He said, if reports are true that Putnam is the starting center, does that mean they're now putting Meredith back at guard? I would fucking hope so. I will hope so. I will hope so. I will hope so, man. I always thought Will Putnam, if you weren't going to start JPJ, should have been the guy. And listen, it is looking that way. Look, I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna be real with you. I got to be straight up like the collar on the Fonz. His son has not been looking like the move for the Raiders. You got a guy in Jordan Meredith that's in a contract year, and you change his position in a contract year, and he's looked bad. You got a guy in JPJ who is a budding young star, and you move him around and play around with the guy. And look, the other regime saw JPJ as a guard. Be that as it may. But all of this shit where he has to compete for his job every week was nonsense. It was nonsense. He's clearly their second best freaking lineman. Clearly. Now, I don't know if Will Putnam is starting, bro. I don't know that. I have to look, man. I have to look. But it's no excuses. And I'm going to be real with you. Something needs to change, bro. Like if they don't come out there and have a showing that is commiserate to what should be, yo, something's got to effing change. No more excuses. What needs to happen is we need to beef up this O-line next year and take it from there. Look, bro, John Wick, I don't see it that way. It's not just the offensive line, right? You got a quarterback who's turning the ball over at a historic rate. He's always done that, right? You got a situation where you don't have a lot of depth. And you got a situation where I am not certain that the guy who's coaching offensive line in this scheme is something that works. Like, yo, if you're going to go get offensive linemen, it's not just drafting them. You got to go out there in free agency and bring in at least 2 more starters. No, Caleb Rogers is not starting. Caleb Rogers is inactive. Oh, my God. Suki gifting 20 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships to the masses. Oh, my God. Listen, you guys better make sure you thank these guys for gifting all these damn memberships, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all, man. And the thing about it is, how do you beef up the offensive line when you draft 2 linemen and you don't play them at all? And it's not because, yo, you got better guys ahead of them. These guys are not, like Stone Forsythe and Alex Kappa are not good, bro. They're not good, and they haven't been good ever in this. Alex Kappa had a year or 2, but Stone Forsythe has never fucking been good. Never. And they can't tell me, well, Pete knows better. That's bullshit. No, I don't think about bringing Brian Daboll as a head coach. No. I think he's a guy who should be an offensive coordinator again. Would I bring him in as an offensive coordinator? Possibly. But no, he's not a guy that, I'm more like Jesse Minter or Joe Brady or somebody like that. Like if you bring in Joe Brady and then bring Daboll as his offensive coordinator, then great. But some of the decisions Brian Daboll made with the New York Giants, I don't fuck with. Some of the decisions, and I don't know if it was him or whether it was Joe Schoen, but they may have some horrendous decisions. Everybody has left the Giants has gotten better. And you got to build from the inside out, John Wick. But the problem is that who are the people that are directing the inside? Who's directing the inside? Who's directing it? My brother, appreciate you, man. He said, working for the Navy in Japan, your show keeps me up to date. My brother, I appreciate being a service to you guys out there. You know, like, listen, bro. We as fans, bro, and we as guys who cover this team, man, we that makes me feel so great to hear that, you know, guys that don't have access to Raider content in the games come on over here, man, and they can get up to date on things, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. But yo, look, for my estimation, right? We're looking at this situation where, you know, people are saying Will Putnam. I don't necessarily know if Will Putnam is starting. I haven't heard that. The one thing is Antonio Mafi has been elevated from the practice squad, so he will dress. He'll be on the bench. I don't necessarily know what that even means, right? Because the thing is this. The one thing that we know, right, is that this offensive line has not been playing well. And they have done really not much to change that. They keep going out there week after week with the same people. Week after week. And I like Pete. And Pete's a gentleman. He's an accomplished coach. If he comes back next year, I'll support him. But something needs to change, bro. Something needs to change, yo. Something needs to change. And you need to see who the hell you got from this rookie class. Yo, my guy, hug these. Make this make sense. They'll put Putnam at center in front of Meredith, but wouldn't even consider a Remington Award winner at center. If Putnam is in, this coaching staff officially showed a shitty hand. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. That's facts. That is a fact, bro. And I hope it's not an embarrassment here, bro. I hope this is not an embarrassment for the Raiders, man. I hope this is not, you know, borderline dumpster fire shit right here. Borderline dumpster fire shit here. But man, it is a lot going down here today, man. Tom Brady is in full effect. Tom Brady's in full effect. You know, everybody's there at the stadium, man. You know, people are already looking forward to next week, talking about, you know, Shedeur Sanders and this and this and that. Man, listen, bro, I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about this week, man. I'm worried about the fact that, yo, we wanted to see Caleb Rogers, and we're not seeing that. I just don't understand how bringing up Antonio Mafe and Alex Kappa is something that the Raiders, like, even if you thought that Alex Kappa should start, Caleb Rogers should be on an active roster, for God's sakes. It's ridiculous, man. Effing ridiculous, man. Effing ridiculous. And for me, listen, if this thing continues to be like this, I don't have faith in their judgment. So I just come here to laugh at all Shador fanboys. Bro, Shador went into a game, no first team reps, had a chance to win the game at the end, made a great throw, had a bunch of drop passes. What are you talking about? Shador Sanders is a Cleveland Brown, and he's playing next week. And then if he comes in here and he fucking lights us up, then what do you say then next week? You got to relax, bro. Who did you like better, you effing bum? Like, yo, look, he's not a Raider. I don't give a fuck how Shador Sanders is doing. We didn't draft him. It is what it is. Did I like the kid coming out of college? Yeah. Yeah, I still like the kid coming out of college. Like, I just don't understand, like, where the hate's coming from. Yo, a lot of you motherfuckers don't like Shador Sanders because y'all don't like his swagger, because you don't like the fact that he don't, scratch his head if it don't itch. You know what I'm saying? He not shucking and jiving for you. If you don't like him, then cool, but he's not a Raider. And I don't give a shit. And we'll be playing him next week, and we'll see how good he plays next week. And right now, it's not a family show right now, because you guys that come in here that are trying to like dance on the grave of a kid who got his first action in an NFL game, like that's the referendum on his career, are a bunch of fucking jackwagons. And really, you need to really check yourself, man. You really need to check yourself. Like, oh, he had a bad game. Just like guys that have gone on to have Hall of Fame careers don't have a rough time. Like, man, get the F up.
Man, you a bitch. You a bitch.
F up out of my chat with that crap. I'll block your punk ass. Ain't nobody try to elevate nobody. I like Shador Sanders. I think he's a good young player. You don't like him? Then don't like him. But don't come here in the middle of a Raider talk talking about that nonsense. That F up out of here with that. You don't like him? Go to a fucking Browns channel and talk that shit. He don't even play for us. We talk about the Raiders getting a win versus the Cowboys, and you talk about some fucking Shador Sanders. And this ain't no family show right now. I don't want to hear that crap. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's a fucking bum, just like you. You get the F up out of here. It's your crap. Dylan Gabriel. Fuck you and Dylan Gabriel. You fucking bum. The F up out of here. Gulags permanently. A. Gonzalez. Talk about some, you didn't give Dylan Gabriel. You didn't give Dylan Gabriel. Oh my. Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's a bum. Just like you. That F up out of here with your crap. Salute to everybody in the Monday Night Fan. I've never seen a bum-ass 4'11" quarterback have more losers come in my chat talking that crap. Hey, and you get the F up out of here too. Some damn shit Doris said. We talk about the Raiders and the Cowboys, and you coming in my chat with that crap. We're getting cooked. Not going to that trash. Listen, bro. I think the Raiders got a chance. I don't know if we're going to get cooked, but this is a bad matchup for the Raiders. It's a bad matchup. The F up out of here with your crap. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. This might be Chip Kelly's swan song and we get cooked tonight. I have a feeling we win tonight, bro. I just do. We lost Jacksonville by 1, Denver by 3. We're right there, and both of those teams are better than Dallas as a whole. No, they're not. No, they're not. Those teams are not better than the Dallas Cowboys. They might have a better record. I don't think that offensively these teams are better than Dallas. I mean, listen, the Denver Broncos defensively, kudos to them. But the Dallas Cowboys pretty much got a free agent class coming back. They got a free agent class pretty much coming back. You know, what the Raiders need, and let's get into a little analysis, man. You know, the Raiders need for Brock Bowers to take advantage of this weak linebacking core, take advantage of Logan Wilson. But you guys are sitting up here, you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys are bad. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the best offenses in this league. And we have a defense that has had to play on our heels and an offense that can't score. This is a bad matchup for the Raiders, man. Yo, my guy, Pessimistic Frank with the $10 slappy. Here's some more money. Calm down. Raiders. Oh, come on now, man. Come on, bro. Yeah, DeMarvin Overshown. I've liked DeMarvin Overshown ever since he came out of college, man. I'm a big DeMarvin Overshown fan. Right? He's a good young linebacker, but I don't think he's a guy that is going to really shake Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers is going to get off. So the Raiders are going to need for their stars to be stars. We're going to need for Max Crosby to be Max against a very good Dallas offensive line. You know, the one thing Dak Prescott does is he gets the ball out fast, man. He gets the ball out fast. So, but this is a bad matchup for the Raiders, man. I'm not going to lie. Dak has been pretty damn good. So look, we talk about 10 targets for Brock. I want more targets to Brock. 13. I want to see, you know, the first game all season where Ashton Jeanty gets 25 to 30 carries. I mean, come on. That gets shook. Every quarterback gets shook when they get hit. But can you hit them? The Dallas Cowboys have a damn good offensive line. Swift rated, bro. We need to tank the right way. Look at Denver, the Pats, the Commanders last year, winning this game set. Man, I don't want to. Don't listen, bro. Don't come in here with that tanking bullshit. Please, bro. Listen. If you think the Raiders should tank, this ain't the show for you, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. The Raiders don't ever need to tank because it's not about when you pick, it is how you pick. There are people every year that go like the Jets and some of these teams, they had a number 1, 2, 3 pick, and they don't outfit the team the right way. This is not that kind of draft. You got Tennessee Titans who are just as bad as we are, that we actually beat, right? That have their quarterback. You got a lot of these teams that are picking around the same time as us that have their quarterback. Now, do you have the Jets that have their coffers wide open to get a quarterback? Yes, 100%. But the Raiders need to just pick a stud. And there are other quarterbacks in this draft, guys like Drew Aller, that aren't going to go as high as they probably should. He's the young kind of quarterback that you will want to develop. Yo, there's a heavy free agent class for offensive linemen. And you can outfit that with some of these young linemen in this draft. It is about picking good players and fucking playing them. It is not about tanking. You cannot build success from mediocrity after mediocrity after mediocrity. Tanking is for losers, and I don't want to hear that crap. You get the F up out of here with that crap and that tanking shit. It is a bunch of crap. Want to get dumped. It's a bunch of crap. I don't ever want to hear anybody tanking in here, man. We don't tank. We're the effing Raiders. The effing. The Raiders don't know how to use Thornton. Give the kid some confidence. A jet sweep, a quick slant. The Raiders know how to use him. The thing is, he's developing. He's a rookie. He's got to figure out how to get his release from the line of scrimmage. Dante Thornton is a friend of the show. He's a friend of the show. I like Dante Thornton. But the thing is, to throw the ball deep, you got to have time to throw the ball deep too, right? We do a lot of this stuff with Trey Tucker. Some of this stuff doesn't pass the smell test. There's all these things we want to see the Raiders do, but it starts up front. And the one thing that I haven't seen the Raiders do is they have not tried to stop the bleeding up front with this goddamn offensive line. That's the problem. Yo, you have to make adjustments. You have to make alterations on the line when the line isn't playing well. How is pessimistic Frank going to just come in here and slide a 10-piece and waste his G-string and tell him to calm down? F up out of here, Frank. Yeah, I forgot about that, Frank. He's like, here's some money. Like I'm some cheap G-string. The F is wrong with you, Frank. He said, here's some money. Calm down, bitch. That F up out of here with your crap. You know what, Frank? I was in the middle of a rant. I didn't even see that. That F is wrong.
Gorilla looking smelly bitch. Motherfucker, you got me fucked up.
My God, pessimistic Frank. I mean, yo, Hugdees is right. The F is wrong with you. Demoke with the $5 slappy. If we lose, I'm going to make an AI video of me running on the field and fighting Chip. Demoke, you better make an AI video of you getting that cookie face of yours facelifted. The F up out of here looking like a well-dressed salamander. Brandon Fisher with the $5 slapperoonie. Tank. That's the absolute last thing we should do is lose, especially on purpose. Every game from now to 2060 is a must win. You goddamn right, Brandon Fisher. That's what the F I'm talking about, man. I mean, what the F is going on up in here, man? I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here, man. Wait, hold on. So what's going to be the score for tonight's game? Yo, Franklin, I can't even tell you, bro. I'm not Mr. Score Maven, bro. Only thing I know is that I'm praying that the Raiders can find a way to get Jeanty going, praying to get Brock going. Hopefully Geno can play mistake-free football. He's going to have to, right? You can't give the ball back to this Dallas offense. This is an overpowering offense. You have to play mistake-free football to beat them with the way that they're able to score the football. Raider Bubba. Not true fans want to lose, but we have to look at draft status. I hope we win every game, but at this point, when we win, the BS is to lose a QB. But, bro, what QB is in this draft that you know for sure is the slam dunk #1 guy? You got Jaden Maivia, right? This is a guy nobody talks about from USC, right? Now, Cream Corn talks about him all the time. He talks about him a little too much. You know, Cliff is about to get unceremoniously blocked the next time he comments on one of my videos talking crap about me and Graf.
Gorilla looking smelly bitch. Motherfucker, you got me fucked up.
God damn it, Cliff. I saw that comment. I was waiting for you to pull back up in here so I can beat your mangy ass with your crap. I like Maivia, but I don't see him a lot. I'm on the East Coast. I don't really watch USC a lot. But when we get into our, we start breaking down these quarterbacks, I like Nico from UCLA. I like Nico, bro. He's very physically talented. LR is very physically talented. Do I think we're going to get Ty Simpson and Mendoza? Probably not. Probably not. So you got to look outside of that. But I want the Raiders to get a blue chip, slam dunk, stone cold lead pipe lock of a pick. So if they don't go quarterback in the first round, I'm okay with that. As long as they draft a high-end starter. A high-end starter. I like Mendoza. Do I think the Raiders are going to get Mendoza? No, I don't. Because, you got the Jets. The Jets have so many players, man. But Nico, Maivia, Alar, all these guys can play. These guys are physically talented. I think you need to draft a quarterback every freaking year, bro. It's clear to see the staff's not trying to win games. When you have guys that play center, who's never played center in his career, having a Remington Award player, right? That's not true. I think, listen, emotion is the enemy of reason. There's some people, man, that believe so much in what they do that they can't see the forest from the trees, right? And I'm not saying I know more than Pete Carroll, right? But this is part and parcel of the problems that he had when he was in Seattle. Maybe the game might have passed the great coach by. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. But what needs to happen is that whether they play the Young Bucks or not, you can't keep having this offensive line get worse and worse and worse every week. Now, listen, have they had a bad beat by losing Colton Miller? You're damn right. Have they had a bad beat by losing Jackson Powers Johnson? You're damn right. But Has some of that been self-inflicted by not playing Powers Johnson at center when it was working last year, or moving Dylan Parham back to left guard? That could be a problem too. It's a problem too. Swifty Raider. He goes, bro, we need to draft any viable QB prospect. We haven't done since Carr and Jamarcus. Yes, they do. But what they need to do is they need to do what's right at the moment. You got to let the draft board come to you and draft from that prism, bro. Best player available. BPA. BPA. D Rich. I'm with you on Nico, but his dad is a fucking headache. I know this personally, a big part of the reason he left Tennessee. D Rich, the thing about his father, right, is when you're in the NFL, right, and you're a professional, you can't let your parent derail your career like that. And his father could say whatever the F he wants, right? He could say whatever he wants. He can go to the media, he can rant, he can rave. But guess what? NFL teams do not care about your parents. You're a grown-ass man, a grown-ass gorilla when you're in the NFL. And if you can't get your dad to stop chirping and to shut his effing mouth, then it is what it is. But his father's not a problem for an NFL team. When they draft you, whatever your father say doesn't fucking matter. They'll have it to where he won't even be admitted in the building. But yo, the Raiders, the one thing the Raiders need to do, the first things first in free agency, go out there and get Tyler Linderbaum. That's the first thing that needs to happen. That would be a Rodney Hudson level move right there. Go, if the Ravens are foolish enough to let Tyler Linderbaum walk out the building, which I don't think they are, but if Tyler Linderbaum hits the open market, the first signing the Raiders need to make is Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler Linderbaum, like your life depended on it. Then go out there and go get a starting guard and get rid of Dylan Parham. Tyler Linderbaum, guard, Colton Miller, JPJ. Then have Charles Grant and DJ Glaze battle it out for right tackle. And then you've addressed your offensive line problem. Jeff Matthews, my guy. Hope they get the kid from the University of California, has high upside. Whomever they get, let's just hope you have to bring in a young quarterback to give this fan base some hope. You have to, whomever it is, because I believe when it comes to quarterbacks, you have some that are outliers. They're just super special, right? And you got some that it doesn't really matter where they get drafted as long as it's in a right situation. You got some guys that go to really good situations like Bo Nix is in right now, and he's thriving. Had Bo Nix gone to another situation, people would be calling a kid a bust. It's about going to the right place. People, places, and things, man. But every year when you don't have a franchise quarterback, you can't go keep getting Band-Aid quarterbacks like Geno and then think that the fan base is going to be. You got to have that guy on the roster. If you're going to have a guy like Geno Smith that's a vet and you're thinking he's going to do well and he's going to play well, you also equally have to have that young guy on the roster that people can get excited about. I like Mendoza. I just don't think the Raiders are going to get a chance to take him. Yeah, we're definitely in need of a pass rusher. Like you're saying it's going to be Mendoza, Rudy. I'm going to be real with you. I think Mendoza could fuck around and be the first pick. And I don't think the Raiders are going to have the first pick in the draft. I don't. There's a lot of bad football being played in the National Football League this year. And you say that, listen, they're carrying Bo. He went out there and beat the Chiefs. He has it's complimentary football is being played. I think people think being a great quarterback is this hero complex. That's not what it's about. You have some guys that are super talented. You got the Patrick Mahomes of the world. These guys are super talented, right? You got Josh Allen's, but you got to play complimentary football for these guys to win, man. You got to. And the Jets have so much draft capital in their coffers. It's crazy. I like what you did there with that name, too. That's hilarious. Bro, you sound just like Samuel L. Jackson. I don't see how you could say I sound like Samuel L. Said, Mama, I smoked the damn TV, Mama. Drew Allard could definitely be our Josh Allen. I hope so. And this is what I'm talking about. You don't have to have the number one pick. You got to get the right kid and the right person to develop him. I love Allard. Y'all know that. I'll be a happy man if we draft Drew Allard. Bro, and yo, listen, you can say Bo Nix is Trent Dilfer, but guess what? Trent Dilfer got jewelry, bro. They're winning. Like, dog, if the team's winning and he's playing well enough for them to win, he's a good pick. Everybody's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody ain't going to be Dan Marino. You're going to have those system guys that go out there and win. But the longer he's under center, the more snaps he gets, the more success he has, the better of a player he's going to be in the future. Success is the foundation of all these guys becoming great. And Trent won a Super Bowl. I don't know what y'all talking. That's not a bad thing to be Trent Dilfer. He won a goddamn Super Bowl. Y'all know Bodiga wants a lot too. Even now that we don't have to draft him in the first round, we can get him in third or fifth. I don't necessarily think a kid that's that talented is going to be taken in the third or the fifth. I think because of the injury and because of how many players are in this draft, he might be the second round pick. You might have to move back into the first, but I don't think it all depends on whether he's going to be ready. Is he going to be hurt going into the combine and some of these all-star games? Is he going to be healthy? These are the things you got to, because listen, the underwear Olympics are always what it is. If he goes out there and he gets to the combine and he starts slinging the ball all over the place, right? He just indiscriminately just starts slinging the ball all over the place like prepubescent. Let me stop. If he starts slinging the ball all over the place, I'm telling you right now, and they see the talent. They see the talent. There's a team that might reach on him, man. Say, hey, yo, pause. You start talking about slinging. Man, slinging the ball over the place is great. Let me tell you guys something, man. You guys are a bunch of sick freaks. A bunch of sick freaks. You guys are up there just chomping for me to say something. Bunch of effing bums. Bunch of effing bums, man. The second. Yeah, yo, Myvie is a beast, though, bro. They're glazing the Cowboys on Allegiant TV right now. It's nasty work. Hug these. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. The Dallas Cowboys, you know, they got a kid who passed away. They're going to be very emotional. They're coming here to an 80-20 crowd at Allegiant Stadium. I done told y'all, the Raiders can win this game if they control the tempo of the game. But you got to keep that Dallas Cowboy offense off the field and on their heels, man. You do. Wasted talent, bro. If Geno starts throwing completions to the Cowgirls, will they bring? No, AOC is out. And listen, Rudy, scout the player, not the helmet, bro. Scout the player, not the helmet. People used to say Alabama quarterbacks were terrible, right? And then you got a guy like Jalen Hurts who's won a Super Bowl. And then we talking about drafting Todd Simpson. Scout the player, not the helmet, bro. But yo, look, I told y'all right now, if the Raiders can get the run game going and a play action pass going, they can start throwing deep and they can take advantage of these weak Dallas Cowboy corners. The Dallas Cowboy corners are weak, man. Siobhan Revel is a rookie. They can probably pick on him, man. But yo, the thing is, the Raiders are in a tough spot, right? Caillou Blue Kelly had a decent game against Denver, but he's a guy who's gotten picked on. He's a very good tackler. Let's hope that they can try to get physical with this Dallas Cowboy wide receiver core, because George Pickens is super, super physical, man. Now, Dak Prescott had back-to-back subpar games before their break, man. The pass protection hasn't been a problem for Dak. Dak has taken 15 sacks, right? He spreads the ball evenly to his three guys. right? His tight end, his two receivers. So, CeeDee Lamb is averaging 6 catches, 81 yards a game. And, George Pickens has 6 touchdowns and 5.5 catches and 84 yards per game, right? And Jake Ferguson has 6 touchdowns. So Dak Prescott is spreading the ball all over the place, right? Now, people are saying unleash Dante Thornton. And the only way you get to unleash Dante Thornton is if you get protection up front to be able to throw the ball deep, right? Quinnen Williams is going to be a problem today. It's going to be a problem today, man. He is going to be a problem today. Geno Smith has the second most interceptions in the league, man. And our offense has struggled against a pass rush. Struggled. The Raiders, one, have to stop the run. The Raiders have to get after they definitely got to get after Dak Prescott, and the Raiders have to put pressure on the Dallas Cowboy defense deep. Now, how they do that is commiserate to what they do up front. Are they going to bring an extra down lineman? Are they going to bring in a back to chip to help Geno out so that they can set up that play action pass? Are they going to run stuff to the outside, some pitches, some counters? Are they going to have some extra down linemen, man? It's crazy, man. Christopher Perry. 2452. Wasted. I love your show, bro. You are very knowledgeable about football. Love you and Graf. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, my brother. Appreciate the kind words, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Caleb. So, guys, look, man, I think it's about time. Yes. And Dante Thornton he's going to catch the ball, bro. Don't worry about that. Like, you guys got all this smoke for a rookie, man. The kid dropped the ball. He made a mistake, but nobody had any smoke when he made a terrific catch and a circus catch in week 1. And yeah, and Cowboys got a 70-yard kicker too, which is crazy. After game show, it all depends, bro. I got to get up and go to work in the morning, man, but I'll try. There might be an after game show. Guys, listen, love every single one of y'all. Y'all have a terrific night. The game is starting in half an hour. Y'all going over there to Graf and Hammer's channel. They are doing the live game. I might pull up on them. I appreciate everybody who was in the chat today, everybody who sent a super, anybody who sent a comment, did a like. Make sure y'all like this video, share it out. At the end of the week, I'm going to be in JT's show. Pull up there. I got to get the sound right over there. My sound hasn't been great. I'm going to call in from a landline. And y'all go over there and show support when I'm on the show and show them the power of the Wasted Talent Army, y'all. Salute. The Graf and Wasted show tomorrow, more importantly. The Graf and Wasted show tomorrow. We got Jason Fitz pulling up. Y'all, I want you guys that are on Twitter that follow Jason Fitz, go in there and at Jason Fitz and let them know y'all are going to be in the place to be tomorrow. Show up over here. Me and Graf got Jason Fitz tomorrow. We doing a breakdown of the game after the game tomorrow. Pull on up. It is going to be a most splendiferous occasion, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Salute to my guy, Lunatez Pale Moon. He is a Cowboy fan. This is my guy. I got a lot of love for him, but hopefully we're going to win, man. Thank y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. And hopefully we could be talking about a win tonight, man. But y'all have a good night, man. Peace.